Today I've got a really serious question for you. Are you ready for the storm that's about to hit you? Hi, my name is Robert Proctor, and for the last 20 years I've been involved in the network marketing business. I've helped launch over 1,000 companies, and because of storms that they weren't prepared for, 90% went out of business. I want to give you some tips and tools today that will help you be part of the 10% that achieve success. I'm standing here today in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida, and behind me you can see a tree that's been knocked over, a lot of damage with caution tape, because just a couple weeks ago we got hit with a perfect storm. We had a hurricane come through town. And I can tell you, from a business owner, my company, my employees, we were prepared. We had emergency action plans in place. We knew where our employees were going. We knew who was going to pick up our customer service. We knew that our hardware was taken care of. We had emergency action plans in place. The other day I was listening to Darren Hardy of Success Magazine, and he had a saying that really resonated with me. He said, when it's already raining, it's too late to fix the leak in the roof. But when it's sunny, nobody thinks about fixing the leak in the roof. I've got some things I want to that I wrote down that I want to share with you today so that you can prepare for the perfect storm, not if it hits, but when it hits. And storms can be good and storms can be bad. So what are you going to do when your top distributor leaves the company and takes your entire downline with you? This is a storm that happens nearly every week or every month in some network marketing business. What I like to tell my clients is build a team. And then once you've got that team built, go build another team and build a team of teams, so that if your top distributor or your top distributors leave, you've got other teams in place that are going to take over and pick up the speed for you. You're not going to end up like this tree, dead in the wind from a hurricane that hits you. What happens when you lose your merchant account? If you watch my videos on merchant accounts, you should have multiple merchant accounts in place. It's not if, but when you could lose your merchant account. I'm telling you this from experience and history. I've seen clients be in the storm that one day they can take credit cards and the next day they can't take credit cards. That's a storm, I can assure you, you don't want to be in. You want to make sure that you've got 2, 3, 4 or more merchant accounts in place, so that if you lose one, if one goes down, if for whatever reason one goes out of business, you're prepared to pick up and keep running your business. What happens if your MLM software fails? I've been doing this for 20 years, and a lot of clients that we get, even today, come to us because their MLM software provider failed. They didn't succeed. Because of that, they went out of business, and they've had to come over to us and start over again. Make sure that you're working with a software company that's focused on providing the value that you need for your distributors, your customers, your software, and your back office, so that you're planned and prepared if something fails. Hopefully it won't, but you've got to prepare for these storms. You've got to have EAPs, emergency action plans, in place. Now, those are some bad things. What about good storms? There's good storms that happen all the time. What happens when you have massive growth in your company? All of a sudden you were doing 1,000 orders a month, and this month you got in 10,000 orders. Are you prepared to ramp up your manufacturing, your distribution, your logistics? What happens when you've got thousands of distributors joining this month, where last month you only had a couple of hundred distributors joining? Do you have the resources in place, the emergency action plans in place, to make sure that you've got support for those distributors, to make sure that those distributors are getting their products, that they're getting their distributor kit, that you've got enough support in place that they're going to be able to answer the phones, reply to their emails, and make sure that they're taken care of? For me, having too many products to ship or having too many distributors, that's a perfect storm. But I've seen a lot of companies fail because they weren't prepared for that storm that hit them. What happens when you've got too many commissions to pay out? I've seen companies go from paying out 200 commissions per week to paying out 2,000 commissions per week. Are you working with a commission payment platform that can ramp up and get those debit cards out to you as quickly as possible? My message for you today is, it's not if a storm's going to hit. We were prepared here in Florida. Unfortunately, there were people that weren't prepared. I know friends of mine and employees that are still without electricity. Make sure that you've got your plans in place, that when something good or bad happens with your company, that you're able to weather the storm. Hey, this is Robert Proctor. I hope you got some value from this today. If you did, do me a favor, like it, share it, and hey, have a great day. We'll see you on the next episode.